Hello, hi there. So I am doing a rough sketch of the flea. This is a YouTube channel that I like. She's an artist. She does speed draws and spray paint, and she does a lot of cool art things. So this is like not her actual avatar in the game Roblox, but this is from like one of her videos. It's like her character, cartoon character, whatever, from her YouTube videos. So that's what I am attempting to sketch. And so I have to redo this mouth a little bit. I'm just doing rough sketch, so I have the background. And usually after I get done painting, I reduce the background. But this is just to basically preserve my space. So somebody sometimes comes in, tries to get paint next to you, and they don't know like how far of space that you need. So anyways, so that's what I'm doing. I am painting this from one of her videos. Just doing the rough sketch. Sorry, I can't talk. Rough sketch right now. And her head is kind of at an angle. So I know a lot of times people will do like these lines to try to get the anatomical position of their head or whatever. Anywho's, so her head is kind of tilted to the left, and so her eyes would be right about here, and then just kind of paint, circle around it. I know some software, they just have like easy tools to use where you can just create the perfect circle. I don't have that tool, so everything is done manually. But that's okay. It's good practice. And if you can paint with the mouse, like what I'm doing right now, and with very simplistic, limited tools, then you'll do so much better when you have a lot more tools to work with. I don't know. That's kind of how I see it. And that doesn't look like a perfect circle. It looks more like a diamond shape. That's okay. This does take me quite a while because the tools are limited and I'm painting with the mouse, which I am not so proficient with. Like I've seen some great artists who can just basically paint circles. I mean, I think one of my most favorite speed artists with the mouse is Cheek. I've watched her do speed draw, and she shows herself using the mouse while she's drawing, and I find her skill level with the mouse to be very impressive. Anywho's, as you can see, I don't have speed. Anyways, but getting it done, that's the thing, right? Okay, so this is her hair. I wish I had ability to show the picture that I'm drawing so that I can show the reference picture that I'm basically painting from. Okay, and then she has this big glob of hair that comes down here, goes all the way down here, and then another, and a little bit right here. There we go. And then this is her flea. outfit, if you will. Yeah, it's such a cute avatar. Okay, and then there's just a tiny bit of the costume head that comes right about, and I like to just kind of do this like so. And actually, it's not that much. It's actually kind of closer to her skin. More like that. Because as you see, it's going to come up here and it's going to meet this right here. Kind of keeping the angle of the face. So I don't want to lose that. Okay. And I'm probably going to bring this down just a little bit. I'm at layer 14 and I did the background in layer 8. A lot of people have layer notebooks to keep track of what they did on each layer. Sometimes you have the ability to edit your layers, so you can literally title your layers. I think Roblox spray paint has that ability. Whoop. So what I need actually, I'm gonna have to redo this. That's okay, that's why it's a rough draft. Painstakingly slow rough draft. So as you see, I need the point to be right underneath this so it's in line. And that's why when you do these circles and you get the anatomical shape, it's a little bit more helpful. Right out here is going to be the point of her chin. And this is just the costume. It's kind of like a hoodie, flea costume hoodie, if you will. So I'll just be filling that in. Okay, so now the neck, which is going to be showing the tilt of her head because I'm going to come straight down like so. Make sure I get that's not positioned correctly according to the picture. It should be more on the left side of her mouth. Is where the neck would begin. Okay. And I'm actually going to go up a layer on the neck because when I come back and fill in, I will be painting and I don't want these to like blur or glitch into each other like some games do. In the more professional software, it's not that much of an issue. Okay, so right about here, in line with this here, is where the neck will begin. And it's going to go straight down. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use a straight ruler tool. Okay. And then again, over on this side, which this side of the neck will show a little bit more. That's really going to show. And now this side is going to be on this side, right about even with this edge right here. But not so long. Might have made that neck on that side a little bit too long. Go up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring that back up just a little bit. There. All right, now, and that will attach. Okay, so now we're going to come down here slightly. And now we're going to bring and show the shoulders. And then over here, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. And then the shoulder starts right about here. And the shoulder is actually going to line up where this cheek, edge of this cheek is. Just keep in mind the reference point on your pictures where things line up. And so then it's going to start to turn this way just a little bit. Alright, and then down here, I'm going to show the length of the upper clavicle area before the arm starts down here. It kind of goes down this way a little bit. Alright, now bringing this shoulder around. Kind of a thin skeletal character, because after all, it is an insect character. So thin arms. And then the elbow is going to be right about here. There's a slight turn just there. Okay, so that's for that side. This is just a rough draft, keep in mind. And so then the hand, let's see, so right about even with this side over here. It's got a very slender torso. And so from this side, and I'm just going by the picture, it looks, this arm looks a little bit thicker on this side. And there's this hand. So this will be the thumb coming up here, which actually I need to go up a layer, because again, you have to keep in mind where your paints are going to be mixing. You don't want it to like all blend into one color, so there'll be a little bit of shading, different blending of different colors. So actually that thumb needs to come up just a hair higher. Whoops, actually, you know what? I'm not liking that, so I'm going to redo this right here. I think that's coming down a little bit too far on this side. Going back down to layer 14 so I can erase. It's not letting me. I don't know why. Well, did I go up a layer? Uh-oh. Sometimes there is a delay in deleting things. It's not showing that it's wanting to delete, so I'm not sure what is happening here. I don't know if this is a game glitch or what the problem is. Maybe I accidentally clicked on a layer I wasn't aware of. Well, I'll just go down and sometimes this game does not. No, you leave that let alone. I'm talking to my dog. There we go. I was on layer 15 and I thought I was on layer 14. Keep an eye on that. Okay. And layer 16. Okay. Now then. Okay. Back to layer 14. That's where I want it to be. Or I intended it to be. I've got an invite. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of painting, so I'm not going to join that, which I generally don't play. Just, I just try to stick to art games right now. This is really pointy here, so I will come back and make sure that has that point look to it. Okay. There, it's a little better. Now I'm going to go back up to layer 16. And the reason I skipped 2 layers is because I need to have a layer in between 14 and 16 that I can fill in. So making sure that I have different layers for each color, because there's going to be at least 2 colors to blend with. So probably I'm going to actually go up 1 more layer. Okay. Then this is going to be the thumb of her hand. She's got a wave going on is what she's doing. And then she's got her hand, a flea hand, which technically fleas don't have hands, but remember this is a cartoon-like character. And that finger right here is probably a little too blunt up here. Okay, alright. And I will fill that in later because I will go to a smaller stroke. Now I'm going to show you, this is how I did this one over here, just to give you a reference. So this is when I did, and so this is how it starts. So I'm just saying, trust the process, right? They're looking like, oh, that looks like a horrible sketch, but I promise you it will turn out. But that's basically how I did this one over here. And I did this particular type of cartoon character from her video, and another video you can see in my playlist, Roblox videos. Go to my homepage, scroll down the playlist, you will see Roblox games, and you'll see that I did some of her characters. And I'm doing this video for people who want to watch in real time. You can always just click the gear icon and just choose a faster speed. If you want to watch this sped up, it will not offend me, not even the slightest, because I often do that. I want to watch something, but I don't really have the time to watch the entire video. And the fingers are uneven in the picture. So again, I'm just going by exactly how it appears or attempting to in the picture without changing her design, because this is Flea's design. This is her baby. She creates her own merch, her characters, and the whole 9 yards. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use this ruler tool and bring this down to about here, and then here. Now it looks kind of rough right now, but again, this is just a rough draft. Somebody's being silly. It might be one of my friends. Might have joined me. I have my join button turned off right now. just because I'm trying not to be distracted, if you will. And I'm going to click, watch this, I want to click this undo button to show you this tool in this game. I love that undo button. And if I don't like what I just undid, I can redo the undo. See? Love that tool. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Now, kind of go down here to find her elbow, which is going to be about midsection of her belly, which is about here. So her elbow is going to come down here to a point. And start to come back up. There you go. There's a rough draft of her hand. And then, of course, this will kind of meet right about here, the rest of her arm. All right. Now, make sure we've got everything even, which her shoulder is slightly lower in the picture. Okay, but I don't think it's this much lower, so I'm going to go ahead and doctor that up a little bit and bring up her line separating her torso from her arm. All right, and then her torso right here goes in just slightly and then back down. And this is only a half character picture because I'm just showing it how it was in the video. So it doesn't show the legs, so I will not be having the legs in this picture. So that's going to be it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw this line. Just a rough draft of this line on layer 17. And then I'll like putting her name down here. And again, a lot of this background will be removed. I just like to have something, a bright background to work with on this video. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back down to layer 14 and work on her antenna. Her cute little antennas, oh my goodness. It comes all the way down to where her hand is. And then you're going to see it kind of disappear, part of it. It kind of comes down here. Reappears here. And then it even goes all the way down here. And then it just kind of disappears into the scenery. So I'll be bringing this line up right here, probably about here. Use my, actually let me undo that. And then use this. To right about there. Okay. Now, go back to finishing this antenna. It kind of comes to a more narrow point. It gets a little bit thicker as you go up here. And then go back up to here. And I will do a part 2 of this video once I get this sketch down. And then I start painting and filling everything in. Actually, this kind of turns this way a little bit. It's going to disappear. Okay, I'll go ahead and try to clean this up a little bit. See that it looks like the ghost character right there? They're actually in another world in this game. That's why they look like that, in case anybody was wondering. Whoop, wrong layer. Get back up here. Okay. Actually, I'm going to increase that, make this a little bit more practical. Sometimes this game you have to be careful about when you delete, because let's say, for example, and I'll show you another reason why I'm doing this in pieces, like that, because when you like just use one continuous line in this game, when you want to erase something, it will remove the entire line. So that's the kind of a problem with the eraser in this game. I guess that's just the way they have it scripted. So let's say if I wanted to delete just a part of this, if I did it as one continuous line without lifting my finger up off the mouse, it will just delete that whole line. And I don't want that. So that's another reason when I'm rough sketching it, I do not use it in one continuous line. And it's not that way in the other spray paint game, but these little things, these are, see how it just erased that whole thing? You know, I only clicked it once, is because I did the one continuous line on there. Okay, so just trying to, those are things that you need to know. But thankfully, again, you have this undo button in case you accidentally erased too much. You simply undo it, right? Okay, so now the colors that I'm choosing, all right, I'm going to go ahead and now start to fill this in. Now in this game, there are 32 layers, a lot more layers in this game than the other game. So if you're someone that likes to use a lot of layers, this is definitely better quality tools than the other game. You have 1 through 10 on the other game, and layers 11 through 20 you have to pay for. This one you get 32 layers and they're all free. And I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to go up in here and I'm going to doctor up this shoulder. Whoop, layer 16. I think that's where I was on 15 and I thought I was on 16. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this shoulder up just a little bit. Well, 14. Um, oh, layer 9. Well, that's okay, because it's going to be filled in anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So layer 16. All right, so I'm going to kind of create this. Come back out here. All right. And then this is actually going to come down a little bit over here. Maybe 15. Oh. There we go. Now, go back over here. to get that point that I was looking